First in high definition from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
After a summer of compromise, President Obama says he's changing the way he does business. Hear his new plan of attack to lower taxes for most Americans. And more trouble brewing for the Isle of Wight Sheriff's Office. Find out what state police say they found on a computer. Plus, a water rescue in Sandbridge.
Once I got to the beach and heard some screams, then I realized there was a problem out there.
10 on your side talked to one man who heard the swimmers call for help. It all started as a normal day on the beach, but things quickly took a turn for the worst.
Well, by the time rescue crews got there around noon, it was just too late for one of those swimmers. From Chopper 10, you can see the waves were pretty rough out there. Several crews responded to the rescue in the Sandbridge area of Virginia Beach. 10 on your side, Ava Hurtley is there now. Ava.
Alvita and Nicole, police identified the victim as 77-year-old Charles Forrest Vanderwater of Goshen, Virginia. A second man made it out okay. We're told they were in town for a wedding. Steve Janke watched the unfolding scene from his deck and ran to help two men in the water.
Once I got to the beach and heard some screams, then I realized there was a problem out there, and once I got out in the water, I realized that one person was already face down.
He then turned his attention to an older man who appeared struggling in the surf.
I just tried to help paddle them in as much as I could, get them as close to the beach so when the lifeguards could come, they could get the elderly gentleman out of the water as soon as possible, because he needed to be on dry land and get worked on.
He was quickly transported to the hospital but died. The second man with him was okay, according to EMS crews. The water was particularly rough this morning and cold, too.
When the water is rough, it's good to know your limitations. It's good to know. I mean, they had people around them, which is perfectly acceptable.
He says try to use a buddy system and don't go in alone. Lifeguard service here was suspended after Labor Day. And we tried to talk with family members. They were too distraught to talk with us on camera. For now, Alvita, back to you.
All right, we appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
The water is pretty rough out there. So how bad is the rip current? 10 on your side, Chief Meteorologist Don Slater is standing by in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center with details on that. Don.
Well, I've checked back through the past 6-7 days, and for 7 days straight, we've had a general easterly wind. And of course, over the weekend, we had a rather stronger wind, especially on Saturday, and that's pushed everything on up in terms of the wave action through the area. And it's still a bit stormy out there in terms of the rainfall throughout the area. And we've got a southeasterly to easterly wind for today. Now, that east breeze does tend to, again, pick the waves up throughout the area, and that rip current risk has really been rather high. A moderate to high again over the past 7 days. Now the focus is going to shift from stormy weather to scattered rainfall. A little bit of rainfall right now throughout parts of the area. We're going to see a lot more in the upcoming days. As you can see, a lot of rain on down toward Hatteras. Scattered lighter rainfall into the Hampton Roads area between 1/3 of an inch up to about 8/10 of an inch. But we're going to see a lot more in the days to come. Again, a little bit of scattered rainfall out there for right now. We're going to start to see a lot more rainfall start to pick on up throughout the area coming up for tomorrow late into Thursday, into Friday, into Saturday, and possibly a little more sunshine. I think the sunshine we saw this morning might be the last sunshine that we see until Sunday. So again, rather stormy weather, and then moderate rip current risk continues for now, and it's likely to continue indefinitely because of the stormy weather approaching over the next several days.
The Coast Guard suspended its search for a missing kite surfer. Dare County dispatchers say officials found the 44-year-old surfboard and kite at around 6 Sunday night, but they couldn't find him. Crews searched the water off the North Carolina coast by boat and helicopter. They've covered more than 2,500 square miles in that search.
Wrong side of the law. Virginia State Police are now investigating a former Isle of Wight County Sheriff's deputy after he apparently used his work computer to solicit pornographic images from minors. Matthew Aaron Lyons was a deputy for about a year. He resigned yesterday. 10 on your side's Melanie Woodrow is outside the sheriff's office right now. Melanie.
Alvita, right now this is all being investigated by the State Police Department, a high-tech crimes unit within the State Police Department. A spokesperson there says so far no arrests have been made, but in the meantime, Matthew Lyons' personal computer, his photographs, and some other items have been seized from his home.
But this individual should not have been doing what he did, and he's no longer here.
Before Sheriff Charlie Phelps had a chance to discipline Deputy Matthew Lyons, Lyons resigned.
It was a tense moment.
A tense moment following a disturbing incident. Sheriff Phelps says another deputy discovered conversations on a shared computer that were concerning. Conversations about child pornography.
This one piece of material, and it was not a picture of a nude child. This one piece of material came off of there, and that's what I reacted to.
According to court documents obtained by 10 on Your Side, that one piece of material was then Deputy Lyons requesting explicit images of 12, 14, and 16-year-old girls.
The only thing that I can think of is at a slack moment he came in and used the computer.
Sheriff Phelps said Lyons went through a background check that included his past work history, recommendations, and even discussions with his neighbors.
It's not something that we can predict on somebody doing if they don't have a past history of it.
A Sheriff Phelps campaign sign remained outside Lyons' home today, along with a child's toy. No one answered the door. Sheriff Phelps said he had no idea whether or not Lyons would be arrested. And this is not the first time that an Isle of Wight County Sheriff's deputy has been involved in something like this. Hear what the sheriff had to say about that coming up tonight, new at 6. Alvita?
All right. Thanks a lot, Melanie.
A Newport newsman accused of killing his wife and her 3 children will soon head back to Virginia to face charges. Today, South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley approved a request to extradite John Reagan back to the Commonwealth. He says he didn't kill his wife, Crystal, or her children. Police found their bodies inside an apartment off of Old Courthouse Way in Newport News in August. A few hours later, police arrested him in South Carolina.
Be prepared to pay up along a stretch of I-95 in Virginia. Tolls could be imposed on 2 spots on that busy corridor by 2014. Federal highway officials gave the preliminary okay to collect the money yesterday. 10 on Your Side talked with Virginia Secretary of Transportation, who says that the state is looking at placing one toll near the North Carolina border, another possibly near Fredericksburg. Could be between $2 and $4 per car.
So basically, this is a user fee. I mean, we are going to be looking for more opportunities to essentially place tolls, place these user fees, because if you're paying that toll, you're using that road.
VDOT estimates the toll program along I-95 could bring in $250 million in its first 5 years.
F-22 fighter jets will fly again. Today, the Navy lifted its stand down for the elite fleet of F-22 Raptor stealth jets. The pilots won't hit the air right away, though. They'll have to go through some training. Military officials issued the order earlier this year after concerns over oxygen flow to the jet's pilots. The F-22 Raptor was introduced in 2005, but it's unclear if the costly fighter jet made by Lockheed Martin has ever seen combat. The first debate of Virginia's 2012 U.S. Senate race will be in December. So far, former Governors George Allen and Tim Kaine have signed on for the 90-minute debate. Any other declared candidates that are doing well in the polls and have raised enough money will be able to participate. Up for grabs is Democrat Jim Webb's Senate seat. The debate is set for December 7th in Richmond. There's about to be a battle in Washington. President Obama says he's changing the way he does business. Find out how he plans to take on Republicans when it comes to taxes. Plus,
this is the temporary bridge across the Mid-Pea Island breach.
This is Pablo Hernandez building the new bridge temporary across this breach. 10 on Your Sides here, finding out exactly how they're doing it. That story coming up.
Then a little girl makes a disturbing discovery at a Starbucks bathroom. We'll show you what she found that led to a lawsuit.
You're watching WAVY News 10 at 5 with Tom Shad, Nicole Ribas, and Super Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
our debt is growing. 14 million Americans are unemployed. So, will there be agreement in Washington over what to do about it?
Well, maybe. But in a striking transformation, President Obama has gone from let's make a bipartisan deal to let's have a political rumble. Today aside, Steve Handelsman has the story from Washington.
He's in New York, but President Obama hopes he's got Washington and voters nationwide seeing him in a new way as a fighter, since he demanded a tax hike on the rich.
This is not class warfare. It's math.
But it is political war. After a summer of compromise, the president's posture has changed, says his budget director.
It's tough balance. It's balanced by asking for spending cuts. It's balanced by asking for tax increases. I think that's leadership.
The Obama deficit plan would cut Medicare spending by hiking premiums, copays, and deductibles after 2017, but only if Republicans agree to tax the rich more. Today, they did not.
He has chosen what I think is an election year politics over what's good for the economy.
Republicans want bipartisan Obama back.
If the president needs to move to the middle to get something done, he needs to move to the middle to get something done.
But Democratic mayors at the White House today demanded Republicans pass the Obama jobs plan.
They need to take action. They need to do something. It's not the American jobs talk. It's not the American jobs debate. It's not the American jobs jerk around. It's the American jobs act.
The president had demanded Congress hurry, but both sides are preparing to fight through 2012.
If somebody buckles before then, or if both sides decide it's in their interest to make a deal, they will, but it's not looking likely.
In November, the Congressional Super Committee is supposed to have a compromise plan on debt, spending, and jobs. But the two sides are so far apart on taxes, it's not clear if the Super Committee can agree. I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC News, Capitol Hill.
A couple crashed on a country road in Kentucky, and you won't believe how long they had to wait in this mangled car before anyone even noticed.
Then a hockey mom is facing serious charges. Find out what she's accused of doing with several members of her son's team.
And a look at the tropics. We've got one area out here that we're watching. It's not even a tropical depression yet. What's going on for us? We've got a little rain into parts of the area. We're going to see a lot more rain coming up by the mid to end of the week. We'll tell you all about that with our forecast.
A Hampton Roads family is suing Starbucks after saying that their 5-year-old daughter found a camera in a store bathroom.
They say it happened while the family was visiting D.C. 10 on your side, Stephanie Harris spoke with the family today. Steph?
Well, Nicole, they're obviously distressed about the situation, and they already have hired a lawyer.
It happened in D.C. at this busy Starbucks on Pennsylvania Avenue and 7th Street Northwest. The Yaki family stopped here after sightseeing April 23rd. William Yaki's lawsuit against Starbucks says one restroom was closed to the public. The other was filthy, but he took his 5-year-old daughter in to use it.
He was washing her hands and says to me, "Daddy, there's a camera." And I, out of, kind of disbelief, I looked down and sure enough, there was a camera right there underneath the sink pointing directly at the toilet.
This is the restroom sink where the camera was pointed at the toilet. Mr. Yaki took it into the store, taking pictures of everyone inside, asking that police be called. The camera was dusted for fingerprints and taken into police custody.
We don't know whether an employee of Starbucks actually installed this camera beneath, but it really doesn't matter who installed it, because a reasonable and timely inspection of their bathrooms, which obviously is not done, would have revealed the existence of this camera.
Starbucks issued a statement saying, "We take our obligation to provide a safe environment for our customers and partners very seriously. Our store partners took swift action as soon as they became aware of the issue, immediately alerting the police department and assisting in the investigation. We continue to cooperate fully with law enforcement on this matter."
And Starbucks says because of the pending litigation, it cannot comment on the specifics of this case. It says it monitors seating areas and restrooms at all of its stores on a regular basis to identify potential safety and security concerns.
Yeah, but there are definitely privacy issues, too.
Yeah, that's scary to think about.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. We've all been into many Starbucks, including you, Nicole. I think you were in that very Starbucks.
I actually was in that Starbucks maybe about a month and a half ago. But
didn't see a camera
there. Nope, not at all.
Might not have been there then.
That's scary, yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Steph. A Southern California hockey mom is accused of having sex with at least 2 boys on her son's team. 44-year-old Kathia Davis is accused of having sex with at least 2 members of her son's hockey team. Both alleged incidents happened at parties she would host at her home. Davis was arrested on Wednesday after one of the teens, who was under 16 at the time, told his mother about the affair.
And now to Kentucky, where a couple crashed their car, but nobody found them for 2 days. The husband survived, but his wife died before anyone could get to them. They were driving near Mayfield when their car went off the road and into a creek. And that's where the couple stayed trapped for 2 days. The husband is in critical condition right now in a Nashville hospital.
Now, in high definition, your Super for 10 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
And we are looking at some rainfall into the area, but most of us escaped the rain. It looked a lot like rain for most of us, but not all that much. Here's a look at what's going on where it is raining. We did see some rain earlier in the day toward the Middle Peninsula and the Northern Neck. That's pretty well gone now, but we are looking at still some rainfall remaining across eastern North Carolina. This should tend to dry up during the overnight hours. I don't think we'll see as much rain overnight across these parts of the area, even into Virginia Beach, crossing into Chesapeake a little bit, Northwest River, and again toward Knott's Island, a little bit farther southward across the Outer Banks. Widespread light rain for the most part, and not much going on in the way of thunder and lightning out of this action, even though our temperatures did warm up significantly for today. Yesterday, it was 73. Today, it was around 79, 80 degrees. Now, we're looking at rainfall here, and there's not all that much out there, but we are going to see things get increasingly rainy. There's going to be a moisture loop rolling all the way on up from the tropics up along the east coast. In addition to that, there's going to be a cold front moving on in. It's going to kind of trap it in place. Here's where things are by 7 o'clock on Thursday evening. Cold front right on into here, but there's also a feed of moisture rolling right on up out of some tropical water, tropical waters and tropical air, so we can see some very, very heavy rain across parts of the area, but it's going to happen over days, a lot of days. It looks like it'll really begin tomorrow and really begin on Thursday. I think we'll see more rain into the area tomorrow, and then Thursday we'll see a lot more, and then Friday and Saturday, a lot of rainfall into the area. Here's what's going on tonight at 9 o'clock. These scattered showers across the Outer Banks fading away for the most part. Still some rain, though, across Hatteras Island. And then as we move into the day for tomorrow, some of that is going to start lifting northward. A general east-northeasterly wind at 10 miles an hour, 10 to 15 miles an hour at the noon hour tomorrow. Good shot at rain, really, really picking up again by Thursday. Here's where we are by Thursday evening at 7. I showed you this earlier. This is through Thursday. We're going to take it all the way into Friday. Now that becomes a little more speculative, but look how much rain we receive between now and Friday, between now and Saturday. 3 to 4 inches of rain. We could see 4 inches of rain across extreme eastern North Carolina. Lots of cloud cover, but many of us didn't get a thing as far as rainfall during the day today. We did see a little sunshine in the first part of the day into the Hampton Roads area, but right now skies are cloudy after a high of 79 earlier today. Mostly in the mid-70s, 73, 74. 76 degrees, 77 in Chesapeake, and Suffolk, 74 in Hampton right now. So again, temperatures basically into the mid to upper 70s through most of the year. A little cooler at the beach right now, 72, 73 near the water's edge. Overnight, we drop on down only to around 68 degrees. I think most of us likely won't see much in the way of rainfall during the overnight hours for tonight. Now tomorrow, I think we're going to start seeing some scattered showers, some rumbles of thunder during the afternoon, possibly at 6 o'clock in the evening as well. A degree or two warmer. It'll be around 80 degrees, very, very warm, very humid through the area. Now look at the next 7 days. We are looking again at a slight chance of rainfall for tomorrow. Very good chance of rain coming up on Thursday, into Friday, into Saturday. Less of a chance of rain for Sunday and Monday, and even into early Tuesday. We got a chance of rain anyway every day out of the next 7, with our best shot at rain coming Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
If you can believe it, the Christmas countdown is already on.
We have the hottest new toys every child will want.
Then bricks crashing down on a city bus. We'll tell you what happened right before this building collapsed on a busy Harlem street. New at 5:30.
The early outlook may not be very merry for holiday job seekers. The economy's slow recovery could mean bad news for people hoping to find temporary work during the holiday season. The annual holiday hiring forecast shows the economy's slowdown will likely dampen expectations and reduce demand for extra seasonal workers.
Well, the countdown to Christmas is already underway at Toys R Us. People there say that Sesame Street's Let's Rock Elmo will be one of the hottest toys of the holiday season. The furry red monster rocks to the beat, inspiring little ones to move their feet. Other top picks include Fidget Friends, the Trash Pack Garbage Truck, and Moshi Monsters. There are 36 toys on the store's holiday toy hot list. We put a link to all of them on our list at WAVY.com. Season premieres continue tonight on WAVY TV. We've got a preview of the new twists and turns you can expect as a dozen people compete to be the next biggest loser.
Then an historic accomplishment for the military. We're on your side with reaction to the official end of Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
It's not on yet.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Paula, you were just being way too efficient.
Thank you.
Well, the Biggest Loser season premiere is tonight on NBC, and the show's thrown in some twists and turns in its 11th season. For starters, there's two new trainers at the ranch, Anna Kournikova and Dolvik Quincy. They'll be joining Bob Harper to get the contestants into shape. In previous seasons, we've seen couples and families, but this time around, it will be a battle of the ages.
We have contestants who are 63 years old. We have contestants who are 23 years old. We have contestants who've never owned a pair of running shoes or sneakers before.
Toss some 40-somethings into the mix, too. And what have you got? You've got a team of 3. Well, watch these contestants compete tonight at 8 p.m. right here on WAVY TV 10. Charlie Sheen and Warner Brothers have reportedly made a deal. TMZ reports the former 2.5 Men actor will get a $25 million payout from the show's producers. That amount will grow to $100 million in syndication. Sheen was fired from the show after a very public fight with the show's creator. 2.5 Men premiered its new season Monday night, starring Sheen's replacement, Ashton Kutcher. Stay with us. WAVY News 10 at 5:30 starts right now.